Hi, I'm Steven and I make cardboard costumes and props. Today I'm making a Minecraft torch out of paper and a cereal box. Let's get to it! As always, I included a link to the free template in the description of this video, so check it out. Starting off with the base is super simple. I didn't have paper big enough to fit the entire outline, so I printed it out on 2 pages and then just taped them together to make 1 page. I was really careful so it would line up properly and you can't even tell. I trimmed down the page and then taped it onto the side of a family size cereal box. It has to be a family size. All of the inside lines were scored, which just means that I didn't cut all the way through with my utility knife. Since I'm going to light this torch up, I decided to cut off the top. However, if you're following along and don't plan to light it up, keep the top on, it's no big deal. After I cut the top off, I just cut the entire thing out. And see, the scored lines help it bend really easily right down those lines. Okay, on to the decorations. I was super careful when I attached the top and bottom pieces together. The bottom slips right under the top piece, and I secured the sides of the pages with 2 small pieces of tape. This just temporarily held them in place, so they wouldn't slip when I was covering the entire thing in clear packing tape. I basically just wanted to laminate the color side of the paper, and this lamination just helps protect the ink from running when my sweaty hands are touching it and moving it around and gluing it down and all that. Anyway, I trimmed around the outside and then cut out the decoration with scissors and utility knife. A utility knife was easiest to get into those tricky little corners that my scissors wouldn't exactly fit in. But now it's time to assemble the torch. I covered one section of the cardboard base with a thin layer of white glue and then carefully pressed the decoration on top of it. When I was sure it lined up, I pressed down hard to make sure that it was secure. And just to be safe, I placed some extra cardboard on top of it and really rubbed it while pushing down at the same time. The cardboard was just there to help protect the corners of the torch from getting banged up when I was rubbing my hand back and forth, pushing down on it. And yeah, I let that dry and then repeated the process for all of the sections of the torch. Yes, I know it's a slow process to do it one section at a time, but if you glue it down super fast, you definitely risk getting some bubbles and splotches on the paper when the moisture of the glue pulls the paper away from the tape. I know that kind of sounds confusing, but trust me, it looks much nicer when you go slowly and let each section dry and just go slowly. Every so often, I also kind of squeegeed the back of the base with the end of my ruler. To be honest, I don't know if this did anything, but it made me feel a little bit more confident that the glue would stick and everything would stay in place and there would be no ripples or wrinkles or anything like that. With all that glued into place, I pushed it off to the side and then grabbed the little light that I was sticking in it. I picked this light up from Walmart. It's roughly $6. You could also use a battery-powered tea light from the dollar store, and I included some options in the description of this video if you want to get one for yourself. To give this light somewhere to sit, I cut out a corrugated cardboard square and hot glued it to the inside of the base, right below the paper part. This kind of just acts as a ledge where the light will be able to sit. Once that hot glue dried, I carefully bent the cardboard down all of the scored lines, and just to be safe to prevent any wrinkles, I went slow with this too. I gently bent each line and made sure that I wasn't adding any wrinkles to the decoration, and yeah, I just went slow. Okay, after I added a little bit more hot glue to the cardboard square ledge on the inside of the torch, I added a long strip of hot glue down the end flap of the torch and then tucked it inside and held it in place as that glue dried. Yes, it felt hot. No, it wasn't that uncomfortable, and it cooled off in less than a minute. After that, all that was left was just to fold up the bottom flaps, tuck them inside, and do the same thing from the top. But okay, let's light these suckers up. There you have it, a Minecraft torch made completely out of cardboard. It's a super simple project and I kind of love it, even though it's just a box. The soul torch is definitely my favorite, but both look pretty cool with a light on and with a light off. If you guys decide to make it and the top flaps pop open when you're playing with it, just add a tiny bit of tape to hold it shut. Anyway, I hope you guys liked it and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye!